Welcome to Lead with Linnea, where we talk about real leadership for real people in the real world. I'm Linnea Rader, and I've spent 2 decades in public service leadership. From accounting to my current role as the Director of Finance and Human Resources, I've seen pretty much everything. The spectacular successes, the painful failures, and everything in between that makes leadership both challenging and incredibly rewarding. Here's the thing. Leadership is not reserved for people with fancy titles or corner offices. Every single one of us can be a leader in our personal and professional lives. Whether you're managing a team of 50 or just trying to figure out how to navigate office politics, whether you're a frontline worker or sitting around a boardroom table, leadership skills matter. My approach? I skip the fluff and get straight to what really works. You won't find theoretical frameworks or feel-good platitudes here. Instead, you'll get practical, tested strategies from someone who's been in the trenches, made the mistakes, and learned the hard lessons so that you don't have to. Through Lead with Linnea, I provide leadership development training and coaching because I'm passionate about helping people discover their authentic leadership potential. And honestly, some days you need to laugh to keep from crying, and some days you just need someone to tell you the truth about what leadership really looks like. So whether you're listening while you commute, taking a walk, or just need someone to remind you that you've got this, I'm here for you. So let's dive in and talk about what it really takes to lead with authenticity, impact, and maybe a little bit of sanity. Ready? Let's go. 10 bad leadership habits to break in 2025. A new manager's guide. Are you constantly checking emails after hours? Struggling to delegate? You're not alone. Here are 10 common leadership habits that are holding you back and what to do instead. So as we head into the final stretch of 2025, I've been doing some reflection on the habits, beliefs, and behaviors that served me well this year and the ones that absolutely did not. So here's the thing about leadership. We accumulate baggage, not just physical clutter on our desks, though let's be honest, that happens too, but mental and emotional weight that limits our effectiveness. Habits that made sense at one point, but don't anymore. Beliefs about leadership that sound noble, but actually hold us back. So, as we close out this year, let's do some leadership spring cleaning. So here are 10 things I'm personally working on leaving in 2025. Number 1, checking emails at all hours and why it doesn't make you a better leader. It didn't matter if it was the middle of the night, if I was at dinner with my family watching a movie. If the notification went off for good old Outlook, I was looking. And guess what? I was no better prepared for the next day of work. I was not more productive. I wasn't ahead. There was no off button. I never gave myself a break. It stunk. That email at 9 p.m. doesn't need your response at 9:01 p.m. Your team doesn't want you responding at all hours. They want a leader who models healthy boundaries and shows up refreshed during actual work hours. So leave behind the belief that being available 24/7 makes you a better leader. Bring forward boundaries that let you actually rest so you can lead effectively. Number 2, feeling guilty about delegation. Your team actually wants more responsibility. For years, I avoided delegating because I was terrified of drowning my team the way I was drowning myself. I kept taking on more and more, convinced that handing things off would burden people who were already busy. So plot twist, my team was sitting on the sidelines watching me struggle, wishing I'd let them help. When I finally started delegating, life got better for everyone. They got opportunities to grow. I got my sanity back. Win-win. Your team wants to be challenged. They want to contribute. Stop robbing them of growth opportunities because you are afraid of asking too much. So leave behind the belief that delegation burdens your team and bring forward trust in your team's capacity and desire to step up. Number 3, comparing yourself to other leaders. I used to look at other leaders and think, how are they managing that? What secret do they know that I don't? So here's the problem. I was making decisions about my own leadership based on watching maybe 10% of their reality. You never see the full story. That calm, collected leader could be managing a health crisis you know nothing about. That one with perfect work-life balance might have a support system at home that you don't have access to. You're running your own race with your own obstacles. Stop watching everyone else long enough to see how far you have actually come. So leave behind measuring yourself against partial information about other people's lives and bring forward comparing yourself only to who you were last month or last year. Number 4, the perfectionism trap. Why being done beats being perfect. Perfectionism means you'll never be happy with what you're working on, and you'll get further and further behind. You do not have time to be perfect, and it's a standard you can't sustain anyways. I spent countless hours perfecting projects that didn't actually get better after the first solid draft. At some point, you're just spinning your wheels. Excellence is achievable. Perfection is a myth that keeps you stuck. So leave behind the belief that anything less than perfect is a failure, and bring forward the understanding that excellence and done meets perfect and never finished. Number 5, the need to know everything. Admitting I don't know builds credibility. You are not supposed to have all the answers. That's not actually your job as a leader. Your job is to ask good questions. Surround yourself with people who know things that you don't, and make informed decisions with the information that you have. Some of the best leaders I know are the ones comfortable saying, I don't know. I do know someone who does. Pretending to know everything exhausts you and makes your team not trust you. Admit what you don't know and be curious about learning about it. That builds real credibility. So leave behind the pressure to be the expert in everything and bring forward the confidence to admit what you don't know. Number 6, working through lunch. Your brain needs real breaks. Eating at your desk while answering emails is not taking a break. It's just multitasking your way through sustenance. Your brain needs actual breaks, real ones, where you step away and give your mind a chance to reset. I know you're busy and you don't have time. But you know what's less efficient than taking a 20-minute lunch? Working for 8 or 10 plus hours straight with diminishing returns because your brain is fried. So leave behind the badge of honor for never stopping and bring forward the understanding that breaks make you more effective. And number 7, the it's faster if I just do it myself excuse. Yes, in this exact moment, doing it yourself is faster than teaching someone else. But you're not optimizing for this moment. You're building long-term capacity. So every time you choose immediate efficiency over developing your team's skills, you're making tomorrow harder. That task you don't have time to teach someone, you'll be doing it yourself forever unless you invest that time now. So leave behind choosing short-term speed over long-term capacity and bring forward the willingness to invest in your team's growth. Number 8, Sunday night anxiety. How to stop dreading Monday. I've mostly conquered the Sunday night dread, but it does creep back when I'm stressed. You know the feeling, mentally cataloging Monday's problems instead of enjoying your last hours of the weekend? Usually this means one of two things. You don't have clarity on what's waiting for you Monday, or you're carrying too much. My Friday review practice has been the best weapon against Sunday anxiety. 30 minutes on Friday to get clear on what's pending means Sunday nights stay peaceful. So leave behind the dread that steals your Sunday evenings and bring forward systems that give you clarity heading into each week. Number 9, the belief that rest is lazy. The belief is everywhere in leadership. If you're not constantly working, you're really not committed. Rest is something you earn through exhaustion. This is garbage. Rest is not laziness. Rest is strategic. You cannot lead effectively when you're running on fumes. You can't make good decisions when you're exhausted. And you cannot model healthy habits for your team if you're treating rest like a moral failing. So leave behind that guilt you feel when you're not working and bring forward the understanding that self-care enables better leadership. And number 10, being always on for everyone. Set boundaries to lead better. The belief that good leadership means being available to everyone all the time for everything will destroy you. When you try to be always on for everyone else, you're never truly present for anyone, including yourself. You're scattered, reactive, and constantly responding rather than actually leading. The most effective leaders protect their time and energy so that they can show up fully when it matters most. They're not always on. They're strategically present. So leave behind the expectation of constant availability and bring forward the wisdom to protect your time so you can lead from strength. So how do you actually break these leadership habits? You do not have to wait until January 1st to start leaving these things behind. Pick one item from the list that resonates the most, just one, and decide what one small change you can make before the year ends. Maybe you'll turn off email notifications after 7 p.m. Maybe you'll delegate one task you've been holding on to. Maybe you block off time for actual lunch breaks. One small change. Practice consistently creates momentum, and momentum creates transformation. The new year is coming, whether you're ready or not, but you get to decide what you're bringing with you. You get to choose which habits serve your growth and which ones are just dead weight. So, as you're wrapping presents and closing out 2025, think about what you want to leave behind, not just in your office, but in your leadership practice and your mindset. The best gift you can give yourself, your team, and your organization is becoming a healthier, more effective, more sustainable leader. And that starts with letting go of what has been holding you back. Here's to leaving the baggage behind and stepping into the new year lighter and stronger. So what's on your leave behind list for 2025? What habits or belief are you ready to let go of? Make sure you share that in the comments. Thank you for joining me today on Lead with Linnea. I hope something we talked about resonates with you and gives you a tool you can actually use in your leadership journey. Remember, leadership isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional, authentic, and willing to keep learning and growing. You're going to face situations you never saw coming, make decisions that feel impossible, and sometimes wonder if you're cut out for this whole leadership thing. It's normal, it's human, and that's exactly why we need leaders like you who are willing to do the hard work. If today's episode sparked some ideas about training or coaching for you or your team, I'd love to hear from you. You can reach me at leadwithlinnea@leadwithlinnea.com or give me a call at 269-621-5282. Whether you're looking for one-on-one coaching, team training, or need someone to speak at your next event, let's talk about how we can help you and your people become the leaders your organization needs. You can find more resources, read my blog post, and learn more all about my services at leadwithlinnea.com. As always, carry social kindness with you everywhere you go. This world needs you and your positive mindset. Until next time, keep leading and keep growing.